one thing I did want to note, this is very important. We are drinking Bengal spiced tea right now.
The builder of all friendships.
The builder of all friendships. If they had advertising, it would be that.
It would be.
Last time when I saw him, he was smiling to me. He was singing the song, feeling happy and hopeful too. He was dancing with then he left the party. He was gone.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. So we are here in the famous Veronica's backyard.
More famous.
Yeah, world famous. More commonly known as Vern. It is a 62-degree day in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Ideal spring day.
Yeah. Little overcast, little cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing alright.
So something that I think we've talked a lot about, but also just like I've thought about this a lot, is friendship. Like particularly I think in today's environment, it's like much harder, I think, with just like the distances that people live, and then we just came out of pandemic where people like weren't seeing each other in person. So we just want to talk about friendship today.
Yeah, there's really a lack of true friendships in our society, and people don't know how to be a true friend or how to find friends. And I just heard someone say this morning that Generation Z is the loneliest generation ever, yet we're so connected. Like there's social media and there's all of these ways to connect with each other, but it's really inauthentic. And just something that we're both have talked a lot about is how to have like authentic relationships, and really relationships that are life-giving rather than life-sucking.
Yes.
And
Nobody likes life-sucking things.
no one likes life-sucking things. But I've received so much from our friendship. Like it's been so
Same.
life-giving.
Same. Was
And-
that a high five? Sorry.
Whatever it was.
Okay.
And just spending time together and sharing deeply, but it's not something that like happened, like I woke up one morning and was like, oh, Catherine is my best friend.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And I think, so we were brainstorming this and we were trying to figure out like, okay, what things have we drawn from? I think something that makes life really rich is drawing from other people's ideas or books, thoughts, that kind of thing. And the renowned C.S. Lewis,
Yeah.
philosopher, and just wrote a lot of really extensive work on what it means to be human. And he has a quote.
Friendship is looking at another and saying like, what? You too?
Yeah, which I love that quote because I feel like it's so true, where something I've like thought about a lot and just like wrestled with the idea is friendship like something that you like put out and work towards, or should it be more natural?
Right.
Like how come some people are friends who like have completely different worldviews but have like something in common, but other people who like could literally on paper look the same have like nothing in common, or not feel drawn towards each other, I guess.
Right. Yeah, and it is crazy that sometimes friendship isn't, you look at someone and you expect to be best friends with them, but then as you get to know them, you realize that there isn't that draw.
Yeah.
But someone else, like you are drawn to them in the same, and friendship in that way is very similar to like romantic relationships, that you just have to spend time getting to know a person
Yeah.
and listening to what you find attractive about their personality.
So yeah, I guess going off of that, like how did we meet?
We met through sports.
Yeah,
We were playing sports together.
Volleyball,
Yeah.
specifically.
And I remember you were saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move to the city, and so even though I was attracted to you as a friend and like was like, oh, she seems really fun,
So
didn't
fun.
like, I was happy to just let it be what it was. Like I wasn't grasping for a friendship.
Yeah.
And then in the end it organically came about, and
Yeah.
we just started spending more and more time together and making more and more of a priority of spending time together.
Yes.
And now it's become such a beautiful friendship, and like being able to share very, very deeply with each other.
Yeah.
But it has taken a lot of time to develop that and to see and understand where you're coming from, where I'm coming from, sharing our families with each other, sharing
Yeah, that's been really fun.
our hopes and our dreams for life together.
Yeah, and I think the idea of it taking time, like our society, especially like, okay, so I work in investment consulting, and everything is like, we need it yesterday. Or you're a teacher, there's like deadlines for everything, and
We needed it 3 weeks ago.
yeah, exactly. Or like just everything is so like immediate. Like something I've noticed is living in the city, they now have these bikes for groceries. So I think that you can get your groceries in 10 minutes. Amazon has like a grocery delivery too that I guess it takes like 35 minutes to an hour. But it's like, that's not fast enough. Now we need to have people who are like biking. They're probably less aware because they're trying to get somebody's groceries to their house.
Yeah.
But just like this like immediate, or I think like if you're looking to meet somebody, you're like hoping that it just happens so fast. And just like realizing that, okay, good things in life take time, and they're very organic.
Growing a garden is a beautiful thing. Taking the time to like raise your own chickens and get your own eggs, like there are beautiful things. Or beekeeping, those different things that like you enter into it and you invest in it, and then it's that much sweeter because of what you invested. Or someone had said once, like, the greater the sorrow, the greater the joy. Like, the more you give, the more you die to yourself, the more you're able to receive the joy of the moment, or the joy of what's given back.
That's so deep. That's very beautiful. And I think we wrote up like a couple things that we've seen like makes a good friendship. I think you emphasized the point that you have to invest in it. But I think the first thing that we both came to the conclusion, like loyalty very important. Loyalty leads to stability. Trust leads to sincerity, which leads to an openness and expressing of I think both needs, and also like seeing the other person's needs. But I think like practically, like those are all very nice ideas, but like practically, let's say you're trying to deepen the friendships that you already have, or you just think that I want to be a better friend. How would that look practically? Like those ideas of stability, trust, openness, and even I think there is the thought that different circumstances deserve different amounts of loyalty and different amounts of openness and different amounts of giving.
Oh, totally. Like, because I think you have a different loyalty to your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your spouse, your friends, your family, your coworkers. Like, they all demand different amounts of loyalty, different amounts of your time, and your emotional availability.
And I think going back to the idea of I think our first thing was loyalty. Like I think that's really important in friendship, which I don't think people really talk about loyalty that much. Like I guess there's loyalty to your company, but people are like moving around quite a bit, and I think loyalty is somewhat lost in our generation. Like it's a hard idea to grasp. But I think loyalty is like you can form it in both the early stages and like the present stages of a deep friendship. I think in the early stages, like being honest with what you can do, like I am free Saturday morning, let's get coffee at 10, like show up at 10. Don't text them an hour later and say, oh sorry, can we reschedule? And if you can't do Saturday, then just say in advance, like be completely honest, like I'm very busy right now and I just like would love, like make the note, I would love to get together with you, but like I just can't do that right now.
Right.
And I think down the road, like somebody, like people want to be able to depend on you, and you can just do that in little ways by like showing up relatively on time, remembering things about the other person, and like prioritizing, this person is like more important than this other thing that came up, and being okay with saying no and like avoiding the FOMO culture. Continuation of doing those types of things lead to trust. And I think focusing on trust, like a really beautiful way to do this is like being open with things that are close to you. Not doing this with everyone, because you should not share your dirty laundry with everyone. You should not share your dirty laundry with most people.
Yeah.
But like just taking that risk of, okay, I really enjoy this person's company, and like they ask, hey, how, like a common Midwest thing.
Like, how's it going? Oh, it's good. It's good.
Okay, yeah, we're in Minnesota now, apparently. But yeah, like, oh, hey, how's it going? But being like genuine, like it's good. The week was a little rough. Like not complaining, but just being open. Like this thing was hard, or I just had like a tough conversation with this person.
Yeah.
And that builds trust. The way to build trust is you have to like practice sharing things with people. And that I think there should be some sort of like peace inside of you that makes you feel like, yes, I'm at this point with another person where I can like be open with them.
Yeah, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah, and I think also like respecting what other people share with you and not telling other people. Like
Reverencing.
Yeah.
Someone said this to me once, that by letting yourself be needy allows people to love you and allows friendship to grow. Like you have to open up that part of yourself that is like, I don't have it all together.
Yes. And I think the last thing was an attitude of self-giving and an attitude of expressing my needs.
Yeah, which we kind of talked about. Like,
Yeah.
but going back, like, it is important as a friend to be like, no, you first.
Yes.
Like, I need to be aware of what I need and what my needs are, but I can't be wrapped up in myself. I still need to be looking at the other first,
Yes.
and then giving to them what they need, seeing what they need and giving what they need, and being willing to like inconvenience myself for the other.
And a book that we both read, my dad actually told me about this book. It's called Genuine Friendship.
Yeah, it's really practical. It's very easy to read.
I loved that it talked about several different aspects of friendship, like the coworker friendship, the really good friend, the potential spouse friend. Like, I thought it was so helpful and practical, and like you could even write down things from it and put them, like implement them. So definitely recommend that. It's a really good book. I feel like we covered most of the
thoroughly talked about
things
friendship.
more thoroughly than I anticipated.
Yeah, that's okay.
Does Joe's have it? Just curious.
I don't think Trader Joe's has a similar chai. It's like a decaf chai,
Yeah, it's really nice.
and I really like it. I personally order 6 boxes at a time from the website
excessive.
because it lasts forever, and then I give it away as gifts and like
Okay.
housewarming gifts and
Yeah,
random, like, it's your birthday and I know you love tea, or a thank you
That's
for
really
having
smart.
me over.
friendship building right there.
Friendship building.
I like it because it's sweet on its own.
It is. It's like very sweet and warm. It's good, like hot, lukewarm, and ice.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Which, as a teacher, lukewarm coffee happens a lot, as does lukewarm tea.
Lukewarm coffee and tea. I prefer mine hot, but mango spice is quite nice lukewarm, to be honest.
Yeah.
So cheers.